As we mentioned, this is a very informal occasion tonight, but we thought a fantastic chance for Brendan to have a bit of a chat and tell us what's in store for 2012 and beyond. David mentioned you've started signing autographs now. How is the pop star feel of the new job going?
I'm learning. Can you hear me there?
He's on 2, boys.
How's that better?
There you go.
Most people, the players will tell you they don't have any problem hearing my voice at training, so it's a bit of a surprise. But I don't know about the pop star. I'm learning how to spell my name. I've actually got it right after about 100 attempts tonight, which is terrific. I
guess the most obvious question is, what did you see in this football club that made you want to be the senior coach?
I will share something with you. In 2009, I was at the prelim final. And when you go and scout a game, an opposition club, you don't generally stay right till the end. And I stayed that night because I thought the Bulldogs were going to win. That's what I wanted to see. And what I saw as the siren finished, or the siren sounded and people were leaving the ground, is something that will stay with me forever. To see grown men distraught with the result stuck with me, and it always sat with me over 1 or 2 years. And when the job became available, I was really thankful to have the opportunity to interview, did my best, and said enough and did enough right to get an opportunity. But that 2009 experience, I'd like to help put in place enough good training and get enough good people in our playing list and enough strong people that turn up every week to hopefully fix that up for all you people out there one day.
You mentioned at the Charles Sutton Medal night that you talked about total football. Do you want to explain to the people here what the concept of total football is?
Oh, it's not rocket science. I think for a team to be... no, I'm not being a smarty. For a team to be really successful in a finals campaign, I think you need to be good around the ball. I think you have to use the ball well. And the way the game is now, you've got to be incredibly good at getting the ball back. So I refer to that as total footy, not relying on just 1 or 2 areas of the game to be competitive, and being good in all areas. And to do that, you need players that are really fit, really strong, really disciplined. They pay attention. They don't talk up the back when other people are talking.
Yes, which reminds me, shh.
They actually get on board with everything, and they're good club people. And even more importantly, they generally are always trying to do something in a game of footy that makes the game easier for their teammate. And that's something that I feel very strongly about. Now, that's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people pick it up quite quickly. Other people take maybe 1, 2, sometimes 3 or 4 years to pick that up because it's not natural for them. But I think if you've been watching us train at all, or if you talk to any of the players, a lot of it's about learning their position and learning all areas of the game.
Are we going to be a more physical football side? Is that sort of coming through in some of the things I've been reading in the press of recent weeks?
Yeah, I'd like us to be. Would you like us to be more physical? I would like us to be. Not stupid physical. I'd just like us to be a team that when you come and watch us, there's an uncompromising attack on the ball, that we put a lot of pressure on the ball, we put a lot of pressure on the opposition and don't allow them to do what they want with the ball. Now, I don't know if that's physical, aggressive or what it is, but it's uncompromising, I guess, is probably a better way, Kevin. And I think finals will show you that, and this club's been really good at it. There's a lot that's gone right here in the last 4 or 5, 6, 7 years, so we've been really good at it. Maybe we didn't have our best year at it last year, but certainly working to get it back quickly.
When you watch a club from the outside or from another club, you see things about it. When you actually get into the inner sanctum and you see how a club works, how a Matty Boyd trains, how a Daniel Cross trains, has that surprised you, what you've seen since you've come into the club about some of the players in this group?
No, it hasn't surprised me because I think it's a given at this level, but I certainly have enormous respect for how our experienced players go about their work. They turn up fresh every day, they train, they're always at the front of the group, and I really believe that rubs off eventually when young kids come into our organisation. That's what they see and that's what they become, and in a way those experienced players don't have to say anything. If they continue to live that example every day, and rule number 1 of leadership is to lead by example and provide the right example for people, because young people are always watching. Young teammates, 2, 3, 4 or 5 years, they're going to start to emulate those behaviours and those characteristics. So been really respectful. But having said that, it's a given. If you want to be a good team and a good club, you've got to go to work every day and you've got to have a crack and you've got to work hard from when you walk in the door to when you leave.
We, yes? Just up the back there, if you could just be quiet, thank you. That would be lovely. We're going to meet the 4 draftees shortly on stage. Tell us a little about what spark they brought into the club so far.
Just how youthful and what it means to them to see their faces day one when they're introduced to their teammates, to actually hear their voices over the phone. And a lot of you people in the room have children. I have children, and the best part about being a parent is to see the joy in their faces when you can provide opportunities or even give them a good Christmas present or a holiday or whatever it might be, and to hear their voices and their mums and dads' voices when I spoke to them, it is very humbling, and it's a strong reminder that they're now our responsibility and we've got to provide a good program for them, a good footy club. The older guys have got to set a good example, be a good teammate, look after them and nurture them to turn into good people and good players. So from that point of view, it's excellent. But just to see, they don't care at training. They see the ball and they go and get it. They're not bound up by too much. Usually they get sat on their backside within a couple of weeks, and that realigns, that maybe they're not the big dog anymore. They've come out of the under-18 competition where they've dominated. But all 4 boys we drafted, and we've got 5 more to come next week in the rookie draft, or hopefully 6 more picks next week through both mediums. And they'll be a mixture of young, a little bit older, hopefully the right sort of people. But what I do want to assure people is that the people we're bringing to the club are a certain personality type. They work, they listen. In part, they do as they're told, but not all the time. They're still smart enough and mature enough to question at the right time. But we're going to err on the side of toughness, so that if we do bring them in, we're going to err on the side of competitive people who have a crack, who like hitting other people on the ground, and they don't mind putting their body on the line to help the Bulldogs look like a better footy club.
I like it. The schedule now for the boys, will they go almost up until Christmas and then come back, have a couple of weeks off and then come back?
I don't know. What's a good time for the boys to finish training? What do you guys think? No break. Keep going. No, I'm not going to do that. What I can assure you is they have been fantastic, the players, for almost 5 weeks now. Every day they've given us everything they've got, their attention, their commitment to the program. They're doing competitive drills with their bodies at risk very early in the season, earlier than what a lot of them have been used to. They've been fantastic. We're going to finish on the 17th, AGM on the 19th, but I haven't told them this, but when they break for Christmas, we're going to show them what the first week back looks like. So I reckon if you're a player, you'll go, well, I can factor in a couple of days where I can have a bit of fun and go to the races or have a few beers with family and friends, and that's really important at that time of the year. But I know in the back of my mind, this is what's going to be first week back. So we'll jump into it again in January and get ourselves ready. Our aim is to be as prepared as we possibly can, and to do that we have to train them hard, keep them at the club for long hours. But I'm also a great believer in letting people know when they're doing a good job, and their training today was outstanding. It was really professional, and I think out of our 10 or 12 really hard training days, I can tick all boxes on 10 or 11. They've been terrific.
Fantastic, Brendan. It is. It's fantastic to have you at the club. We look forward to catching up with you many, many times in the coming years. But please, everybody, put your hands together and thank Brendan.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeff.